guys, it's Jackson's 14th month update. Let's get started. If you don't know, Jackson was born with a congenital heart defect. 1 in 100 babies are born with a congenital heart defect, and 1 in 4,600 of those babies are born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, meaning the left side of Jackson's heart in utero did not form properly. It is very small, it has minimal function. His heart cannot sustain life without surgical intervention. That is right, open heart surgeries, meaning they cut through his breastbone and open him up and fix his tiny little 2-chamber heart. Jackson has already had 2 of his 3 required heart surgeries. He has had his Norwood surgery, which happened at 5 days old. At 14 days old, he had an emergency surgery. He had developed a pericardial infusion, meaning he was building up fluid around his heart, causing him to have heart arrhythmias called PVCs. And he had his Glenn procedure, which happened at 4.5 months old. Jackson is living with half of a heart. Jackson's doctor calls him her ideal 2-chamber patient. Jackson weighs 25 pounds, which amazes doctors because children with HLHS, single ventricle babies, which he is considered as a single ventricle, have a hard time growing and gaining weight. He is 32 inches tall. I cannot believe he is so tall. And his head circumference is 19 inches. This size is amazing, doctors. He's off the charts. He's jumped growth curves. I'm so proud of him. And it's all because of prayers from you. God has just been blessing us with this little miracle boy. He's our warrior. He amazes me with how happy he is with being through so much. Jackson is on 3 medications he takes 5 times a day. He takes half of an aspirin every 24 hours. He takes propranolol 3 times a day, and he takes enalapril twice a day. Propranolol is a beta blocker to help with his heart arrhythmias that he has had, and his enalapril is called an ACE inhibitor, which helps his blood pressure because he does have high blood pressure. But other than those things, Jackson is completely normal. He's a child, he runs, he plays, he's walking 90% of the day. He started walking around 11 months and really started walking a few weeks ago. He just has a hard time getting from a sitting, crawling position up to a standing position without support and help from pulling up. Jackson, he says, Mama, Dada, all done, Tony, and up. He can sign bath. He signs bye-bye. He says hello or hi. He says apple, but he took it as apple. So when he says apple, he's doing this. He signs milk, and he signs all done. He says eat. And of course he knows the infamous wah, blowing kisses. It is so adorable. Jackson knows where his nose and my nose, he mostly knows where my nose and my ear are. He knows where his nose is. If we're still working on his ear, he knows where his tongue is. That was just recently, like yesterday, I stuck my tongue out at him and he stuck his tongue out and it stayed out for the rest of the day. It was just the funniest thing to him. During bath time, we have been working on Jackson's letter. He knows his A, B, and C. At 14 months, he knows the difference between A, B, and C, which is how he learned apple, because A is for apple. Jackson's Appetite is more throughout the whole day. He will sit down and eat with us during mealtime, but he prefers to snack throughout the day. He's a big grazer, which is one thing I contribute to his growth and how well he's been doing. With his hypertension or high blood pressure, I tend to keep him on a low sodium diet. I don't want to have his blood pressure higher than it needs to be with the help of his medications. So with the low sodium diet and his enalapril, we are keeping his blood pressure really good and under control. Jackson is also still drinking breast milk. I was blessed with the oversupply, so I have still a few months worth of breast milk in our freezer. Jackson's napping schedule, he takes usually one nap a day, about an hour to an hour and a half, but sometimes they go to 3 hours. Sometimes if he wakes up early around 7 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock his usual times, he'll take 2 naps a day, about an hour each. And Jackson goes to bed around 9 o'clock. These past couple of weeks have been kind of hair pulling, not wanting to go to bed till 11 o'clock when he used to go to sleep around 7:30, 8 o'clock. So my nerves have been kind of at night trying to get him to go to sleep because he needs more than 9 hours of sleep at night. Jackson absolutely loves being outside. We are outside most of the day. Now that it's getting summertime, I'm trying to keep him in during the hottest part of the days because he sweats a lot. I have noticed talking to a lot of HLHS moms that our HLH babies do tend to sweat a lot, especially even at night. And it's something that they just do. I believe it has to do something with their change of their blood flow anatomy. So it's if you have a HLHS baby, you might be prepared for sweating. Jackson has 4 teeth up top and 3 teeth on bottom. So of course we are brushing our teeth. I brush his teeth probably 3 or 4 times a day. It might sound excessive, but with the medications that they're on, because they are a liquid medication, they have a lot of sugars that will decay their teeth early. And so I don't want all that sugar just sitting on his teeth. And that's another thing with HLHS babies is that they do tend to have dental problems. So a dentist is definitely in Jackson's future. I actually need to set up a 1-year dental appointment, which all his dental issues are going to have to be dealt with at the hospital with a cardiac anesthesiologist. It's a big ordeal, but having healthy teeth is really important. And last but not least, if you are a heart mom to be and you're having a little boy, one thing that you might not know that it could be something for you to really start thinking about is circumcision. Jackson is still not circumcised. We're not sure if we are going to get him circumcised. The surgeons prefer not to have to do the circumcision while they're doing their heart surgeries or casts, just because the risk of infection is greater. And usually they won't allow you to get your child circumcised until after they're 1 year old, because anesthesia does seem to affect our HLHS babies harder than regular heart healthy kids. So in anesthesia, it really takes a toll on Jackson's digestive system. It takes him at least 2 weeks to get back to normal. He's grumpy throughout those times, as you can imagine. So if we get it done now versus years from now, he's still going to have to go to the hospital and go underneath cardiac anesthesia with a cardiac specialist and have this procedure done. Jackson, coming off of anesthesia, being so hard on him, we are still really undecided on it. So if you're having a little boy and circumcision is important to you, you might want to go ahead and start talking to your nurse liaison, your surgeons, your child's doctors, pediatricians. If it is really important to you, some hospitals will do it during a cath procedure or rarely during his open heart surgeries. Alrighty guys, that is Jackson's 14th month update. He is currently napping, which is how I'm getting this video done. Jackson has his own Facebook page and Instagram, and I will link those down below. I post there on his Instagram at least 4 times a week, and his Facebook is usually twice a month or so. Alrighty guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me a big old fat thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe to this channel, feel free. We're just taking it day by day, and we're taking you on this journey with us. We want to give you hope if you're going through this, and Jackson is a ray of sunshine. He's prayers answered. He's just the best heart warrior you could ever imagine. We'll talk to y'all later, guys. Love you. Bye.